Hello, everyone. Doing a live stream. I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah. Just looking at bone clones. Xeno Smile is almost $500. Homotherium $405. Oh, $5. Denictus is pretty cool, but Denictus is not a is a primitive cat. Is anyone here? Like, seriously, why is everyone not trying to text me? I'm on live stream. I don't get it. Cave lion. It's amazing that cave lions were found in Alaska. Yeah, I just checked it. They have a mosasaur skull? Oh my god. Well, forget it. There's no way I'm not getting a mosasaur skull. Oh. Well, you're the only one, Tasmanian tiger. If you saw a cave lion, what would you do? I would probably climb up a tree or stand my ground, because cave lions have been known to attack people. Well, possibly. I would probably climb up a tree because cave lions are really heavy, and since modern lions are not the best of climbers, cave lions were probably not either. Yeah. I wonder if it had a woolly coat. Anyways. Well, I'm watching cave lions. That's cool. Yeah, cave lions, I mean, for me, they're underrated. I do like its American cousin a bit more because it's big, but cave lions are pretty interesting. I find them pretty interesting now. Someone found a frozen remains of the cave lion cub. Hope someday they'll do a documentary with this animal. I mean, they already had, but I want to see more and more. Like, I want to see something about this animal. Where the hell is everyone? Maybe I'll ask AJ Atheist Jr. Yeah, I know. They're on a game called Primal. They're pretty cool. It's just I wish they didn't use tiger sounds in the game, but that's just me though. At least they kind of used a little bit of lion, but I don't know why they use tiger sounds. I'm watching one of Atheist Junior's voice.
Okay, over. Is it still a strawberry, okay? Is it a strawberry, okay? Okay, over. Over.
Over. Over. Over. Over. Come. Oh, okay. What is the bullshit things you heard about animals? What do you mean? What is the most bullshit things you heard about animals? I don't know. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I don't get it. What is with everyone? I mean, what is the most ridiculous thing you heard of any animal you heard? I don't know. I don't know. Can anyone join? Oh. Oh. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It's really hard to say, really, because I mean, cave lions. It also depends on which species of Smilodon we're talking about. Obviously, Gracilis does not count because Gracilis would easily lose, but Fatalis and Cave Lion, I don't know. Populator, I think Populator may win because it's 800 pounds, and as for the Cave Lion is 700 pounds, but Fatalis is 600 to close to 700. I don't know. It's a good question. Well, here's this website. It's called carnivoran.com or something. Hey, Bucky. $600. Doesn't say the weight of the cave lion though. Hey. Hey. That's a really good question. And it's a really hard question too. But I think Populator would win. Off. Bucky off. But Fatalis, it would be very competitive. So I think the fight would go either way with Fatalis and Fatalis and the cave lion. Hello? Oh, and by the way, there's a big difference between the American lion and the cave lion. Top is the American lion. In the middle is the cave lion, and then bottom is the African lion. Another YouTuber, Dark Rex. Finally, another YouTuber came. What do I think of the Warbats? The Warbats are pretty cool. Yeah. I appreciate you doing a video of Mufasa versus Shere Khan. To be honest, it's one of my favorite debates, really, because they're both very equally matched. Oh. Do you think that Godzilla would win against Megatron? Even though I don't know about Megatron, but I think Godzilla would win. I heard the opposite around. Barbie lions are really huge. They're like in the 600-pound range, so they're huge. Like, Barbie lions are big. I mean, whoever said that is probably wrong because they look big, Barbie lions. It's quite a shame, really, that they're extinct in the wild, but in captivity, they're still around. That kind of sucks. You know, what's interesting is that I wonder what would a Barbie lion and a African lion hybrid would look like. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would still be a lion, but it would be a hybrid. I heard about them too, the Javan tiger. They're extinct. I heard. As well. Oh, what are your thoughts on what's that YouTuber's name? Goji Center, I believe. What are your thoughts on him? Oh, Dark Rex. Do you think Barbie lion would do against a Siberian or Bengal tiger? To be honest, it's possible that the Bengal tiger, I think the Barbie lion would beat up a tiger, but that's just me though. But again, without the mane, I think the tiger would win. This guy says YouTube animators usually don't have T-Rex. Yeah, I agree. Toxic fanboys. Yeah, I agree. Fanboys are a pain in the ass. I mean, I'm a T-Rex fan myself, but I don't go around like being all a jackass and stuff. Not like that. I mean, I do think that Tyrannosaurus is the most powerful theropod, but it's still not the most powerful. Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. Oh, yeah. I was just wondering because I feel like that I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like he's an awesome bro. I mean, then again, I don't know if he is an awesome bro or not. At least he's better than Mega Top 10s. Except for that, he made the T-Rex and the Giganotosaurus fight. In that video, he said something, I don't know. He made his own calculation to be a bit higher, and which I don't like. I don't like, for example, like Giganotosaurus to be 12 tons because there is no specimens saying that it's 12 tons, for example. Same thing with Mega Top 10s. That doesn't make sense to be a T-Rex and Spinosaurus fanboy. I don't know. Yeah, Allosaurus is sort of overrated. I guess it depends on which species of Allosaurus you're talking about. For example, Allosaurus fragilis is most overrated, but Allosaurus jamison's not really overrated. Well, technically it is because of Big Al, but again, like what about Allosaurus europyrus? What about Allosaurus atrox? What about Allosaurus saurophaganax? Allosaurus maximus? Yeah, I do agree. The Columbian mammoth, though, it's debatable, but like Shuntongosaurus and Paleoloxodon and the steppe mammoth, I do agree. I don't know. I thought, yeah, Fragilis, that is correct. Fragilis appeared in Fallen Kingdom. Yeah. I just can't believe that Big Al's not really a Fragilis anymore. It's Jameson, or whatever you want to call it. Kind of makes sense, really, because the skulls look very similar. Eight? What do you mean 8? Not really. I actually do agree. Zilla's not really Godzilla. He's just he's just an unknown kaiju animal, you could say, but not really Godzilla. Yes, he does have kind of the sound of Godzilla, but at the same time, though, and also the dorsal plates of Godzilla, but it's not Godzilla. Oh, I see. Male Muto beat. That's a hard question. I don't know. I think that the Warbat would win because it would constrict the the male Muto, and that's pretty much it. I think that the male Muto, is like the Yamcha of the the Yamcha of the MonsterVerse because he's so small and he's so weak. In that video of Goji Center, I do think that I don't know. I think Mechagodzilla may win because Mechagodzilla is just pure metal. And I think that although that they would both have a hard time though, it's just that King Ghidorah probably had I mean, Mechagodzilla doesn't have stamina, so he's a machine, basically. As for King Ghidorah, he can probably just run out of stamina since he's a biological life form. Why Godzilla was evil? Depends on which version of Godzilla you're talking about. The male Muto. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Skullcrawler got one-shotted or killed by Mechagodzilla. In Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla wasn't evil. And I didn't see the anime Godzilla. movie or film. I didn't even see the 2017 film to begin with. No, oh, no, I don't have kids. Do you think that Legendary King Ghidorah is fast? Yeah, I do think that Legendary King Ghidorah is faster than Godzilla because he's a flying animal, well, a flying kaiju, and like King Ghidorah is pretty damn fast. Not the fastest, but he's pretty fast. Up to Triceratops. Zero players. What? Uh, I don't have a wife. I wish I had a girlfriend. Oh, Zuniceratops. In the game. Huh, interesting. No, I don't. Yes, I live with my parents, but I'm getting a house. I haven't seen Rampage, but judging by some videos on YouTube, I'm probably going to think that Kong might win. Again, really, I haven't seen the movie Rampage before, so no spoilers. But again, please, no spoilers because I never seen the movie. I wish I saw it in theaters, but oh well. I didn't see the movie Alpha, and I want to see that movie. And I didn't. Hey, I can get a Dino Power. What? What are you talking about? I hope Xenogod will be here. Oh, did you hear that? That Family Guy's not going to be on Adult Swim anymore. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not gonna be um out on Adult Swim anymore. Hey Gus, I have lots of bugs in my back door. Okay, then get rid of them. Oh, hey, Electric Dino 75, or in this case, Land Before Time 75. I actually do like the Carnotaurus from Speckles the Tarbosaurus. I wish that in that movie when the Carnos were attacking the sauropod nests, I wish that one of them was the young Carnotaurus's parents, but again, I don't care. Oh, he did? Then if they're back again, you should call a exterminator. May I join today? Okay. Just no more trolling. Well, I can only do it for a little bit. Well, like I said, maybe try to call an exterminator. Do you feel do you feel bad for prehistoric animals or called monster by humans? Yeah, it can be a little frustrating. Yeah, it is because Mr. Batman is like fraud. He he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I like Sadie Winston. I'm actually glad that he saw my video. He said, "Let it out, man," and he said, "How could you be so angry in your car?" He's like, "Argh!" But it's pretty cool. Well, it's here. Uh, 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 mm. I have two brothers. Mr. Batman is nasty, disgusting, and a cheap. Yeah, he is. Hey, Gus.
Hi.
Okay, Tasmanian tiger. Uh, what's up?
Nothing. I just finished watching a movie named Venom.
That's cool.
It's a good movie, and I can't wait for the sequel.
Huh.
You never seen Venom?
No, I didn't see Venom. Well, one's becoming a police officer, the other one's in Philly. And I'm not going a lot of detail, so no more my personal life of questions. Godzilla Goat 67. So, how's it back in school?
Very decent. To be honest, because I had really, I'm not gonna share it because I still like my mates though, and I like one of my mates because she's adorable in my opinion. I'm not trying to stalk her because, well, it's a long story.
Well, at least you're a senior in high school, so just one more year, and then you'll graduate. Are you planning to go to college?
I'm actually planning on work.
No. I mean, I'm already at work. Yeah. But do you have a job?
No, not yet.
I was just wondering.
And I can't wait for Sunday.
What about on Sunday?
My birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And I show you the thumbnail of my video coming.
Yeah, it's I'll post it again, Dino Bro.
Let's hope he's nice, okay?
Why? What did he do?
No. Let's hope he says something nice.
I mean, I've been friends. I mean, I haven't talked to him in quite a while.
And I haven't talked to him quite a while too, so at least there's no other trolls like last week, or no, I mean 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I understand. If they are, I would just block them. I feel like shit. Oh. Hey, Lamb, before time.
Hi there. Hi, guys. How do you like my new look?
Good. To be honest, it's actually the Carno is actually my favorite design.
Character?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like the Carnotaurs as well.
I mean,
Dino King Giant of Fire Mountain.
I mean, what's his name?
His name is Blade.
Blade. Yeah. Blade's probably one of the most kind of like the most realistic design. Although the adults look kind of weird looking.
I like the adults.
I don't know why they use like wolf noises. Like it's so weird. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, like I really wish they would have used the sound effects like Dinosaur or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but that's just them.
That would be copyright though.
Or never mind, as I just said.
Different what?
Different sound effects other than those wolf noises and wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is that a glitch?
What?
Never mind, because I just saw something flashing.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, did you hear?
Yeah, I also heard that Family Guy is getting canceled from Adult Swim, and it's no longer there ever again. Which
No.
is which
Oh,
which
which
is
is what?
clearly that Family Guy is now invalid from Adult Swim.
Yeah. Well, it's still gonna be on Fox at least.
Yeah, and sooner or later it'll be like on Disney Plus or something like that. I'm not
I,
sure if it's going to be on Disney Plus, but it has
it,
all this adult humor and it
it's
has
not.
violence.
It's not gonna be on Disney Plus. It's not gonna be on Disney Plus. If it is, it's I don't know
They're
why.
going to make it kid friendly, just like they did with The Simpsons.
Pretty much.
Oh, and not to mention, I really like this dude that you mentioned, and you gave him a shout out, known as Winston guy, Cindy Winston.
Yeah. Sydney Winston's pretty cool.
Yeah, he thinks that Mr. Batman is an evil villain, which I agree. It is pretty very funny in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I haven't seen all of his videos, but yeah,
I've
I only
seen some
watched
of them.
I only watched like the one that he reacted on my video. Oh yeah, I was saying like, did you hear the news that Carnotaurus actually may not have crocodilian like scoots anymore? Hello?
They were actually tiny.
Well, I heard of this YouTube video.
It was Edge.
Yes. Carnotaurus may not have those scoots anymore. Pretty interesting, though. But again, it's
Uh,
science.
yeah. Carnotaurs may not have large scoots, but I would say tiny.
Yeah,
Tiny, like all over the place, like tiny scoots, not large ones.
yeah, not like the Disney Carnotaurus.
Or the one from Fallen Kingdom, but kind of smaller scoots.
Yeah,
Carnotaurs still has scoots, but they're not large. They're like
Yeah.
tiny.
yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Oh, I like fish.
I mean, I'm not a fish guy. I don't eat fish.
Oh, and yeah, Ryan. I was just thinking about those species of Imonosauruses. The Alaskan version of the Monosaurus is a Grunelak, and the Hell Creek one is a Nanosaurus. Yeah,
Well,
if people,
A Nanotosaurus is a invalid genus. Monosaurus is now it exists. So Anatotitan and Anatosaurus do not exist.
actually, they do, but it's now Imonosaurus annectens.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Anatosaurus annectens is the correct name to say it. Just like in that video I did with Delta the Velociraptor, Dinohyus is a invalid genus. So it's called
Dinohyus?
Yeah.
I have never heard about that name before.
Well, it's a invalid genus, so now it's called Diodon or Daeodon or Diodon.
Diodon?
Yeah, it's the last of the Entelodonts.
Yeah.
Entelodonts are not closely related to pigs. They're more closely related to hippos, or actually, Entelodonts are just their own species called Entelodonts.
Jeez.
But they're still more closely related to hippos. Hey, it's science.
I'm not a fan of Ice Age animals nearly as much.
I mean, you should. Why not?
Yeah, I'm most likely a fan of dinos.
Yeah, but why? But why
And-
are you not why you're not a fan of Cenozoic animals?
They're not my cup of tea. I know they look pretty cool and they have all these different types of abilities, but still.
Yeah. Hey,
Dino Bros?
Hello?
Hey, Dino Bros? Oh no. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same thing that is like in your Labor Day live stream.
It may not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
and I like the way they did those reaction videos of Matt Powell saying that Ken Hovind is not a doctor, which I agree.
The reaction videos of Matt Powell.
Yeah.
Wait, Matt Powell? Matt Powell did a reaction video saying that Ken's not a doctor, but I thought he said...
you did. No, you did.
Oh,
where he said that
yeah.
Matt Powell thinks that Aaron Rock cheated in the debate video.
Yeah. I remember now. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I was gonna say because Matt Powell and Kent are like cute couple together. Not trying to be homophobe or anything, but
no. I like the way they say. I like it how you said that.
Yeah, I know.
And you're saying that Matt Powell is Ken Hovind's new boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much.
In my opinion, Matt Powell is Ken Hovind's minion.
Yeah. Either that or he's probably in reincarnation of Kent. That's what I always thought.
Or new breed of Ken Hovind. And not to add insult to injuries to Matt Powell, he thinks that certain of the dinos went extinct because they farted themselves to extinction. And I'm like, what? I was freaking sarcastic.
Yeah.
But at the end, dinosaurs do not fart. Same with birds and crocodilians and reptiles.
Every animal farts, so dinosaurs may have farted, and not to mention like sauropods, since they're really, really big, they probably farted all the time. And since they farted, you would probably smell it from like miles and miles away.
I don't think, because if we look at birds and crocodilians, we don't see them like breathe out gas or anything like that.
They probably did. They probably did. I think they did.
Yeah. And by the way,
what?
Oh, not to mention, I like the way that you said that Mr. Batman is not the real Batman. Just pretending to be like. I
definitely don't think dinosaurs farted.
Oh, there you are, Rex.
Well, then again, I mean, let me go on. Oh.
Yeah, and I like your lines to Mr. Batman. He was like, "You're not the real Batman, you piece of shit."
Yeah.
The only thing you do is that you drink wine. You're a fucking homophobe. You're always disrespectful. Yeah, Christian hillbilly white trash. You are. I love that line. It was hilarious.
Dinosaurs farted. Shit. Well, here's a BBC paper if you guys want to read it yourself. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. And I like how you made that video on Kenny saying that the Earth is flat. And I'm like, what? That's impossible. The Earth cannot be flat.
Oh, and hello,
L-Rex.
Rex.
He's also my friend on YouTube.
Here's the link. You guys want to read it yourself?
Oh, is it about the farting thing?
Yeah, I posted a link. Check
Oh.
it yourself.
Farting
Yes.
is actually made for a distraction, not for killing.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
every
Matt-
animal farts. Even whales. Whales fart.
Yeah, so Matt Powell's theory simply doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
His theory is absolute wrong.
Yeah. I gotta check on L-Rex's channel. Is he a T-Rex fan? Well, I mean, judging by his profile, yes, but...
Oh, and speaking of which, he barely has any videos.
Oh,
But
he does?
he'll get his video soon.
Okay. I was just wondering. Because I also hope that, no offense, I hope he's not a feather Nazi.
Sorry, I left. Sorry, I left. I'm back again.
Oh, it's okay. Dino Bros.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of your videos. Your art's pretty good.
Thanks.
Do you have
Can't wait
Deviant?
to create my intro.
No, I do not.
Oh. I was just wondering.
I'm also trying to distance myself from my previous my two famous uploads, because honestly, I don't think that I should be basically a dinosaur documentary uploader. Because honestly, if you want to watch a dinosaur documentary, go to another channel that does that. But I'm trying to distance myself away from that entirely.
I was just saying. What are your thoughts on feather Nazis?
Oh my God! What? Honestly, that term sounds ridiculous. Can you please explain to me what that is?
Feather Nazis are basically of people thinking that all dinosaurs had feathers, and that's not really the case, really, because where's the evidence of sauropods having feathers, Carnotaurus having feathers?
No. I want to actually people who say that all dinosaurs had feathers, they're blatantly incorrect, because we do have skin patterns of dinosaurs that possess scales. For example, Carnotaurus, Centrosaurus. We even have skin patterns of T-Rex.
Yeah, Dr. Thomas Carr actually explained it in this paper that he did, and Dr. Thomas Carr is a Tyrannosaur expert, but yet people are still saying that Tyrannosaurus still had feathers, and that's not really the case, really. And I don't think that it didn't even have those proto-quill-like feathers, so Tyrannosaurus Rex did not have feathers at all, period. So
only young animals honestly would possess feathers due to the fact that since their bodies are small, and since they're still related to reptiles, but related to like modern, like they're still non-avian dinosaurs, but since they're related to birds.
Is that we don't have any modern birds that have fuzz and then all of a sudden like become scaly again. It doesn't work like that. So even Dr. Thomas Carr even said it. So I even think that T-Rex, even as a hatchling, had scaly skin.
But that's one of the main questions that I have, is that since it depends on what the environment is, like if the animal had to possess feathers in the first place.
Well,
because T-Rex, a fully grown T-Rex would definitely have problems with the feathers in a coastal flood, like in a floodplain like area 65 million years ago.
Yeah, and not to mention the Hell Creek Formation was very different. Like it was like the Everglades, for God's sakes. So it was pretty warm and very swampy back then. So T-Rex did not have feathers. Period.
Unlike its polar cousin, which is Nanoxaurus, which definitely has to have feathers. Any animal that lives in the polar regions has to have feathers, because you can't survive.
What about Pachyrhinosaurus? Because I don't think it didn't have feathers. I think it could have just blubber, like a war.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I like about the Dinosaurio series, because there's that theory honestly makes kind of a lot of sense. For example, like large animals that don't have feathers, like bison, they have like large pieces of fat like mixed with like some fur. Now we don't have any for like impressions. But
yeah, and that's
you
the
never
problem.
know.
Pachyrhinosaurus lacusai, I believe that's the Arctic version. We don't know if it had feathers or not, even though that it's possible that Alaska was cold back then, or it's saying what it was, but we still don't know. Some people said it was warmer back then, but again,
Well, that's the thing. No, it was warmer during summer and spring seasons, but it was non-the-clock winter darkness since it was close to the Arctic Circle, which means animals plus like herd animals don't normally stay in like areas that long, so they possibly migrated to like warmer regions, like you see in March of Dinosaurs.
Yeah, and Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie, which they got it right. So it's possible that Pachyrhinosaurus did not have feathers,
but just had like a lot of fat, like were possibly very chunky.
Yeah, very almost like blubber, almost.
That's another thing that possibly maybe benefit them when they came across predators, because Nanosaurus is pretty small compared to a fully grown Pachyrhinosaurus.
Yeah, like Nanosaurus is like 20 feet long, I believe. So that's a pretty.
It's a dwarf tyrant, basically.
Yeah, a very small Tyrannosaurid. It was still an apex predator. Don't get me wrong, but
it possibly never like wanted to come across a fully grown Pachyrhinosaurus unless it had backup.
Yeah, I still think that, like in the documentary "The Future Is Wild," I think that it's possible that Nanosaurus may have been a nighttime hunter.
It is because it would make sense for for larger predators to be nighttime hunters, because they're not the ones migrating with like herd animals. They're staying in the polar regions, at least trying to make a living without having to being forced to follow the herd. Because honestly, carnivores can't do that. They have a higher metabolism, unlike herbivores like sauropods, which over time they have a slower metabolism. They stop growing necessarily.
Yes. Now, what are your thoughts on like pack behavior in Tyrannosaurids?
I honestly think I like T-Rex, like a large Tyrannosaurids, possibly like T-Rex and Tarbosaurus, possibly only hunt in pairs, and once in a while you would find them hunting in family groups. Like for example, if a parent, if like say for example, if a father, a mother, and an aunt were hunting with their their three belated children, teaching them how to hunt. That's like necessarily a family group, not like individuals that are not like from different they have different genes. They're all coming together, forming this pack structure to keep them safe. They don't do that. They possibly just keep going. No, keep going. You go first.
Because I heard that Tyrannosaurids' brains are more similar to crocodilians, so this means that they would have hunted in gangs instead of packs. And it would make sense, really, because Dr. Thomas Carr even explained it, like Tyrannosaurus brains were very similar to crocodilians, and crocodilians and reptiles in general don't have that pack hierarchy. Same with birds, too. Birds don't have pack hierarchy.
The only animals that hunt in packs are mammals, and that's the thing. The only time when they come together to hunt or like work together is when, because for example, Komodo dragons will actually like signal for other Komodo dragons to come help them, so they can all work together for the kill. Once the kill is made and a hierarchy is possibly made, that's possibly what happened in the Planet Dinosaur section where the Daspletosaurus are hunting the Chasmosaurus.
Yeah,
it wasn't possibly a family group. It was possibly them all, like they happened to notice that this animal was alone, and so they could take it on. But they weren't they were necessarily working together, but they weren't all related. They were just coming together for the same resource.
Yeah, same applied with the episode with Argentinosaurus and Mapusaurus, it would be the same exact thing. Even Dromaeosaurs also lived in gangs too.
Yeah, even though they're more related to birds, the Deinonychus discovery like that happened like at least I think a year ago. This proves the fact that these animals that even raptors can even hunt in packs. They possibly hunt it like in duos, like
Yeah.
you see today, because like either they hunt it with a mate, they either hunt it with a sibling, or they just happen to be chasing after the same thing.
Yeah, so even Jurassic Fight Club as well, they got it completely wrong. Because when they found that Tyrannosaurus and the Deinonychus site, they said, well, the Tyrannosaurus fought its own until it died, but it's possible that it would have died from natural causes, and packs, well, not packs, but gangs of Deinonychus would just fight each other until one dies and then the other dies, and so on and so forth.
Another thing that would possibly make sense is what Paleo Nerd brought up is that juvenile animals do not hunt in packs. They possibly stay away from the adults because they don't want to become meals themselves.
Yeah,
They necessarily stay.
Paleo Nerd was right about it.
One other thing that I do not understand what these documentaries can't get right is adding Pachyrhinosaurus with giant nasal horns like they're Centrosaurians. Like, no, they have like people like, are you serious? Like, you gotta stop doing this because it's not like you're basically falsely adding body parts. You're making something that's not even your own. For example,
Ryan, there you go. There I am.
Jurassic Fight Club's Pachyrhinosaurus might look awful, but at least you can tell that it's Pachyrhinosaurus when it's not,
Yeah.
because I can immediately
Just
tell
because
that
it's
it's Pachyrhinosaurus, but like
doesn't mean that
the
it
horns
has
are
a
not
horn on
supposed
its
to be
nose like a
there.
Ryan.
But the
Dinosaurus is
amazing Dino World Pachyrhinosaurus just looks awful because it's based off
Yeah.
the polar Pachyrhinosaurus, which I forget its name, forget what species it is.
Yeah, because
Ryan,
I heard that what?
you were saying?
Oh, I heard that oh, George Blazing was actually the guy who said that, well, Pachyrhinosaurus had a horn.
Oh,
Which we
boy.
don't know.
That
We
is
don't
fucking
know.
bullshit.
Honestly,
Okay,
it would
bullshit.
be kind of like his theory on that it was possibly a keratin is like a pretty good theory, but that's probably like very unlikely. And if it was true, like there's no evidence since that like what he says that stuff decomposes and it can
Yeah.
never be preserved.
And
I mean, like,
I'm
hey,
sorry,
we
what?
managed to get hey, we managed to get fossilized skin impressions from like the dinosaur mummy.
Yeah, I also think that also that stupid show they made Ceratosaurus downplay too much, like Paleo Nerd said.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that honestly that like very deterred me from like not watching the Allosaurus episodes was because Allosaurus was depicted of literally curb stomping Ceratosaurus, which honestly, if you think about it, we rarely see any indications of like Ceratosaurus getting into fights and like because most skeletons have no injuries whatsoever, but Allosaurus on the other hand, we find broken bones, pierced vertebrae, crushed, like we find infections on the toe. Big Al and Broken Jaw are like one of the main comparisons of like Allosaurus injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, Broken Jaw, like his name speaks for itself. But
Yeah.
Big Al, like you would never know unless you looked at the skeleton itself. And I mean, like it shows that Big Al lived a pretty brutal life.
Yeah. I also think that that Ceratosaurus would have been a scavenger or would have fed it on fish.
Yeah.
And Allosaurus would have did all the work.
Another thing that really
honestly, that the theory of Ceratosaurus actually hunting fish has been debunked due to the fact that like some evidence has been proven against it. But honestly, you never know because animals do take up specific particular niches in their environment. For example, like take for example the Hell Creek Formation. T-Rex is basically the equivalent of a lion. Dakota Raptor is basically it's a leopard or jaguar in that circumstance. While like the smaller Aquaraptors are possibly the
Hyenas.
the African dogs. Anatotitan is basically Anatotitan or Edmontosaurus inictes is basically
Good night.
the giant elephant. Well, no, actually, no. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Montosaurus inictes would have to be either like a wildebeest or a zebra, in my opinion.
Because honestly, I don't even think we have. I was about to say because you can't forget about Alamosaurus, but Alamosaurus has not been found in the Hell Creek Formation, even though it's been there was a concept great for it in in Saurian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Alamosaurus is still not found in the Hell Creek Formation of South Dakota or Montana.
It's found like near Texas and like New Mexico. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Ryan,
What is it?
I
The one
searched
thing
on
I
the
cannot
internet.
that bugs me about Last Day of the Dinosaurs, which is one of my favorite documentaries, is that they reuse like two different models for reuse three different models for like three entirely different species. For
Yeah,
example,
Yeah.
Sauroposeidon
That
is
really bugs me.
basically made for Alamosaurus, which is honestly kind of insulting now that we know that Alamosaurus was completely way different. And the Parasaur model is used as a Chronosaurus model, which Chronosaurus does look like
And the
Parasaur,
And the
but
Deinonychus
it's
was also used for
completely
another
way
species
different.
called
And the Deinonychus model, which is honestly one of the best models, that's one thing that I can give Clash of Dinosaurs like credit for, is that its Deinonychus model is really, really good. And and also one thing that you haven't noticed is that possibly people have not noticed is that throughout Clash of Dinosaurs and Last Day of the Dinosaurs, none of the carnivores' hands are pronated.
Yeah.
I agree.
I also didn't like the T-Rex, how it ran. It looked like it was jogging.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Also,
it
had too much a human, like, the way it runs. Also, another thing is, like, the shrink wrapping. The shrink wrapping is more extreme in specific dinosaurs like T-Rex, Triceratops, and Kylosaurus, and like Sauroposeidon. But like you can barely tell in Deinonychus due to the fact that like it has feathers, and they possibly that's the one thing that I like understand is that they try to go with scientific accuracy for Deinonychus, but honestly, still you can't give props to Last Day of the Dinosaurs for reusing a dromaeosaur model for something like a troodontid.
Yeah. Well, another thing is that,
what were you saying, Land Before Time?
Yeah, I actually saw this. I actually saw the internet about the Carnotaurus scoots, and you're actually right at that part. Carnotaurus did have scoots, like tiny ones, not big ones that we see from dinosaur like crocodilians, but very, very tiny scoots.
Yeah. And what were you saying?
Not to mention is that
another thing that I think that like, because honestly, I was going to make a video before I did a collaboration with a YouTuber that I met on Discord. That basically the title was gonna be basically dinosaurs are boring and that's okay, because honestly, if you in hindsight, like people like make them like as epic creatures and like whatnot, but honestly they are actually, if you think about it, they're just animals. And what do animals do? They're boring. They sit around, they're lazy. Some animals like graze, they feast, they scavenge. They do nothing exciting, and that's fine because they're just animals. They're not mindless.
Exactly. Why can't people respect animals, for crying out loud?
Like because like that's the thing that Fred the Dinosaur Man actually like says, like, because like what people will think dinosaurs are just boring. Like And they're not, honestly. They're quite interesting once you like get
Yeah,
like
they're not
once you
boring
remove
animals.
like the
Yeah, that goes for Disney fans.
monstrous
Disney
killing
fans,
machine
I'm
physique
looking at
and
you.
like start
Whoever
applying
thinks-
basic animal traits to them. Like, for example, like carnivore face biting. We get a glimpse into how like carnivores behaved, how they like interacted with their species.
Yeah, the Fred the Dino Man, he actually drew a Desplutosaurus and two Allosaurus fighting each other, and the Desplutosaurus fight in that picture looked pretty damn like awesome looking.
Yeah. Oh, and not to mention
Because
about
honestly,
Fred
the
Dinosaur Man,
like
he's
for
also an
example, like
artist.
fossil finds like that give like entirely interpretation for like behavior and such. For example, is there such thing as friendly face fighting where like siblings like face fight each other but like it's play? Like you never know. Like for example, that opens up an entire window for behavior from different dinosaurs.
I don't think reptiles and birds don't play each other. I don't think they don't have the intelligence to play.
Yeah,
That-
like
really
crocodilians
knows.
or Komodo
Birds
dragons.
just sit in the nest and squawk all day. Like crocodiles, once in a while, like they'll just like you don't know from them. Honestly, not a lot of reptiles do play with each other, and like that's only on a rare occasion that you see them play. But like that's the thing, we never see them play. So like it adds like a form of like whether or not like could our dinosaurs capable of playing or not. It's just meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Animals
see
are
that.
animals, not boring creatures. I'm looking at you toxic Disney fans. I'm looking at you.
Also, another thing is that I might stop uploading for like at least until December. I'll upload videos from time to time, but the reason why I'm doing like daily uploads is because like these videos that I'm uploading are a lot quicker, unlike a long-winded project that I'm thinking of doing,
Yeah.
which is basically which was basically long overdue, but since like it's like almost nearing like since my like tomorrow's the last day of summer, yeah, it's kind of late to do the video, but now it's now or never.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll release it.
I can't wait till December.
Same here. So it can go straight to 2022 in January.
Well, for me, because I'm getting the short-faced bear skull.
And I'm
Nice.
kind of getting those new dinosaur models.
Honestly, if you think about it,
Kinda
there's
like
a lot of
Amber
weird
Collection, I
mammals
guess.
that like existed back then. Like
Yeah.
some were terrifying, but some were just downright weird.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the mammals, Dino Bro?
Yes, I actually am. Why do you think? Well, basically, my first like favorite mammal, was basically from Jurassic Fight Club, unfortunately. But it honestly made me like it even more, which was Arctodus,
Yeah.
the short-faced bear.
Arctodus simus is pretty interesting. I'm actually getting I already said it. I'm actually getting the skull of this animal.
Wow. Just wow.
Like, if you were to
You guys are
compare
good
like
fossil
like the
collectors.
many mammals back then to our modern day animals, it's just like terrifying
You know,
to like see. It's kind of terrifying to see like the prehistoric past of carnivores, but it's honestly kind of interesting to see like how our like how early herbivores were like different. For
Yeah.
example, like you have Glyptodont, you have, which was from Australia, which was a giant wombat. You also had
it's Diprotodon. Diprotodon.
yeah. You have like many like mammals that like are from like that are basically just either bigger versions of like our modern day mammals. For example, you have early camels, you have early horses, you have rhinos that don't have horns yet.
I'm actually publishing a paper actually after I get the short-faced bear skull.
Oh,
Nice.
and have you
The
guys seen
project
this
is
animated series called Dinosaria? Like episode 1? Because I know Ryan P made a video on it, and I know I've seen it, and I'm planning on
actually
making a
also
video
working
on
on
my
a
new
book.
channel.
That I'm planning to get published by this December.
really that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
My-
that's pretty nice.
My
Yeah,
paper is gonna be. My paper is going to be called the La Brea tar pit carnivores.
I might check out your channel, Dinosaur Bros. 'Cause
And
I
if
heard that
you,
you made
honestly,
really
one of the
good
most
videos.
weirdest ones that got me was the marsupial lion.
Yeah, the marsupial lion's pretty cool.
It's also like the
Wow.
most weird looking mammal because like it's not related to lions, but like you can clearly tell that by its face. Like it's nowhere close to lions, but like the way its adaptations are, it's kind of resembling of a lion, but it's completely way different.
It's a giant killer wombat.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically. Yeah, and also it has thumbs. It has
Yeah.
thumbs.
Yeah, it also has the strongest bite force of any big cat, even though it's not a cat, so it's stronger than a jaguar.
Huh. Yeah. Basically, you would not want to fight. Like you would not want to fight this. You would never. You
Or
wouldn't
fight
even want to
that.
come across it because honestly, the way it would basically it's depicted as being like basically a pouncer, like climb up into a tree and pounce on you.
Yeah, but it was sort of like small comparison to like modern well, like cats. Like it was the size of a lion.
And that's the one thing when people say like this mammal was unstoppable in its ecosystem. But if you think about it, like there's a lot of like animals from the Ice Age that like could be pitted up against each other. For example, Arctodus, like it's the strongest bear. But what happens if you like bring in like the killer pig, like the hell pigs against it? Like is it like
I do think that, well, even though it's not a pig, but I do think that the short-faced bear may win against Diodon because Diodon actually went extinct because of the bear dog.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because that's the thing, like because people say, well, size size doesn't matter, but like sometimes it does. Because it predetermines whether or not your species goes extinct or whether your species lives.
Yeah,
because the hell pigs,
prehistoric predators actually did a perfect job of doing that. So
yeah, that's the. What do you expect? It's National Geographic.
Although sometimes National Geographic sucks in terms of like
modern day.
Yeah, well, because of their paperwork. Like, there's even a National Geographic paper of sauropods having feathers.
Wrong.
What?
That is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds
Let me just
stupid
say,
because if you think
no
like
such thing as,
in hindsight,
as
these animals are
feathers.
like thousands, like at least in the tens of tons. They're the heaviest land animals on planet Earth, and they move around a lot. Like,
That's why
why give them feathers?
That's why I don't read their papers. And they even made an estimate of Scotty the T-Rex being off. Of
a giant fluffy killer bird?
No. Of 11 tons instead of 9 to 10 tons, but they said it was 11 tons. It's like, make up your mind. And
Yeah.
you're
Honestly,
overweight.
When people exaggerate how. That's the one thing I do not like about like specific like documentaries that like exaggerate the weight of these animals. For example, there's just one there's one DVD of a documentary that about like it's a dinosaur documentary meant for kids. And guess how they exaggerated the Spinosaurus's like weight.
Yeah, Jurassic Fight Club did the same thing. Like Ceratosaurus being 13 feet tall, like that's ridiculous. Ceratosaurus was actually like 8 feet.
Ceratosaurus was not even that big.
And the Allosaurus, the Allosaurus,
like 13 feet
big.
tall. That's like almost like the size of T-Rex.
Yeah. Exactly. And also, they even said that Arctodus simus was 13 feet tall on 4 legs. But when it was big, but no,
Arctodus is a species of
Arctodus is actually pretty is smaller than that, but it's still pretty big.
Juvenile Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, Arctodus is actually 6 feet tall and 11 feet on 2 legs. If we're going by maybe 13 feet, it's possible, but it's 11 feet on 2 legs.
Not to mention that they think that Nanotyrannus is a species of its own, But it's
honestly,
now
like if you
a
like
juvenile
think about
Tyrannosaurus.
like one thing that would like literally make me like crap my pants would basically be like seeing a giant sauropod just like if I happen to be walking out in the middle of the woods somewhere, just like minding my own business, and I see like this giant sauropod in the like in the middle of a freaking clearing.
Yeah.
It would because it's honestly like yeah, it's beautiful, but it's like yet terrifying at the same time. Like imagining something that huge standing right next to you, it makes you feel so insignificant.
Yeah, but it's a gentle giant. Not to mention, it's super slow.
Yeah.
A giant Leviathan-like creature.
I mean, hey, tell that to the Maposaurus that still managed to get crushed underneath, the giant
In Jurassic Fight
sauropod,
Club?
No.
Argentinosaurus.
And Planet Dinosaur.
Planet Dinosaur? Oh, yeah. Planet
I don't
Dinosaur did a
understand,
better
like,
job than
when
Jurassic
people,
Fight
like,
Club.
there's a lot of times where people depict sauropods standing up on their hind legs when some sauropods couldn't. For example, the Macronorians. The Macronorians can't stand up on their hind legs because, like, they're way too front heavy.
Yeah, Alamosaurus can't. Argentinosaurus can. Drynotus can. The big guy.
Allosaurus, Diplodocus.
Any animal that, like,
or
basically
Lucy Titan.
weighs, like, way too much cannot stand on their hind legs.
Even an elephant cannot. I mean, they can, but it's barely. They only do it like if they reach like a tree that's very high up.
And if they want to knock it down, like if they want to use their weight.
Yeah, they can do is just knock over things. A sauropod can just knock over a tree down, and that's pretty much it. It wouldn't stand up like a horse.
Yeah, they're known as giant behemoth creatures ever to walk on land.
Yeah.
Also, if you kind of think about it, like when people, it honestly makes you think what was happening, like by the time when the dinosaurs were like, if the dinosaurs never went extinct, what would happen to them? Because if we look at the fossil record, their diversity begins to like decrease like tremendously because we find less and less like diversity in carnivores. Because like if you like think about it, like in the late Cretaceous, the only like diversity of carnivores are dromaeosaurids, some troodontids, abelosaurids, and that's about it. All the early carnosaurids and like other like classifications of carnivores have just like disappeared. Like they've been gone extinct.
If dinosaurs were alive today, they wouldn't be around. They would be outcompeted by mammals, and then they would probably go extinct.
I mean, sauropods would eventually die off because their massive size. Plus, oxygen levels would begin to like become like Plus, if the asteroid didn't hit, we would possibly still go into an ice age, no matter what.
Another thing too is that the only dinosaurs that may have survived for a little while would have been troodontids and dromaeosaurs, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
but
basically
they would still be outcompeted by mammals. Like for example, like if there was a troodon in Africa, for example, and if it stumbled upon a pride of lions, it wouldn't stand a chance against lions.
Yeah. Even though it's fat, like troodontids are meant for speed, it can't outrun something like a lion because they are very fast. Like
a
very
lion
fast.
Or a troodon, because lions can run up to 50 miles an hour.
Troodon, I mean not troodons, lions, because troodontids are meant to they have long legs which are meant for chasing down prey. Yeah. But like comparing them to lions, yeah, they can't outrun a lion.
Yeah.
Because the lion's biomechanics are like way different than a troodontid's.
Yeah. And if a troodon survived in North America, it would also be outcompeted because of bears, coyotes, wolves, bobcats, even cougars.
And also the giant birds that populate our sky.
Yeah, them too.
Yeah.
So they would also be outcompeted as well. So Troodon would definitely become extinct.
because like you can, because that's another thing that people don't understand is that like you can't bring animals from the past into our present because oxygen levels were much different back then than it is now.
Yeah,
Like
we're trying to clone dinosaurs, and I don't think it's not going to happen.
The reason
not
why
gonna
they're
happen
doing this
anytime
is because so
soon.
they can
Not gonna
see what
happen anytime
dinosaurs
then.
actually look like,
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe in
other
the
than
distant,
birds and
distant future
crocodilians.
that'll happen, but nah, I won't count my lucky stars.
They're trying to clone back the Tasmanian tiger, but I think it's impossible. And not to mention, I heard that the Tasmanian tiger became extinct because of man and the dingo.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
pretty
one
sad.
thing that, like, honestly, our species deserves extinction because we cause so much extinct. We cause like most of the animals' extinction on the planet, but like
Gus is about
if
to
we
go.
were to like not intervene, they would still
Bye,
die from
Gus.
natural causes. But due to the interference with humans, we sped up the process. Just like with like during the
Bye,
Ice Age,
Gus.
we sped up the process of the extinction of
Gus?
most mega carnivores. Like
I don't think that we were not really the cause to wipe out the Pleistocene animals, because when you think about it, it's impossible to wipe out a bunch of mammoths, for example. So it was climate change that wiped out the mammoths, and it was probably maybe a little bit of us. But
yeah,
it was
because like
mostly
we were like plus we didn't like just hunt the mammoth. We possibly hunted like other types of animals. Other carnivores that like possibly like unlike the short faced bear would have possibly stumbled across us and like said, nope, going in the other direction.
Yeah.
Except for the short faced bear, which is basically the biggest scavenger on the planet
Same
and
with
doesn't
the
give a fuck.
American lion, I believe. The American lion, it probably hunted man as well.
But still,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
they're
we
just
have
animals.
like back then we had like we were able to make sticks and stuff and like we would sharpen them. But like honestly, if you think about it, like putting them up against like something like that, like we would have to aim for vital organs. Plus we haven't encountered those. Plus we haven't encountered any animals like those before.
Prehistoric predators also did a good job on how to kill a short-faced bear. You can't hit the bear in the head because it would be super freaking pissed off. So the best bet is to kill the bear.
Go for the
hard.
it's honestly pretty hard to attack a short-faced bear because honestly, it has fat on its side because like even though like if you were to attack like like say for example attack its legs, attack its arms, or if you were to like even bite into the shoulder, like it would do a lot of damage, but like it's not enough to like deter
In other
it.
words,
Plus
ow.
it has fat. Like and I
Yeah.
mean like a lot of fat.
And muscle as well. Now, what about an American lion? That's another problem too, because American lions are bigger than modern African lions, and they have the same speed as modern African lions.
Wow.
They could like American Lion could take could possibly put up a match solo v solo a short faced bear. But honestly,
No, I'm talking about humans with.
oh well,
as a
no,
lion.
we wouldn't stand necessarily a chance because like we would possibly try to keep like as much distance as possible. Like the American lion might like because most animals don't like the taste of humans. Like
Yeah,
but
because-
that's only for sharks, but not mammals. Because like
Well,
you never know.
well, with mammals, well, look at those lions from that movie,
Yeah.
from Kenya.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
and
and the tigers.
It's
as
gonna
well.
be like Jurassic
Yeah,
World
jeez.
Dominion all over again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Fallen Kingdom all the way to Jurassic
Also
World
think
Dominion.
nah. I was about to say we'll also look at Gustav, but Gustav's a giant fucking crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I like crocodiles. I'm a huge fan of crocodiles. And don't get me
So,
wong, guys.
I want to also ask
The
you
only
a
animals I
question.
like in the Cenozoic
What is your thoughts
are
on
birds and
Jurassic
other
World
reptiles
Fallen
in the
Time.
Cenozoic.
Hold on, Land Before Time. I'm sorry. What did you say, Dono, bro?
What is your thoughts on Jurassic Park? I mean, not Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
It's a
I
good
like-
movie.
Yeah, I love Jurassic World Fallen
All right,
Kingdom.
that's all I'm gonna ask.
It's not bad, but it's still good.
Yeah.
I mean,
really
because
enjoyed this movie.
I
I mean,
can't
I
like.
have it on Blu-ray, and I still not opening it yet.
I have
I
Dusk
don't
Till Dawn
understand.
coming
Like
on
people
DVD.
have like a lot of criticism for it because like the amount of ridiculous stuff that happens in it. But honestly, if you compare it to most of the other movies, there's a lot of ridiculous shit that happens in it as well. And people say that it's the worst Jurassic Park movie. Honestly, I think that movie still goes to JP3, but I honestly developed a soft spot for JP3. It's not that bad, but honestly, it could have been better.
JP3 was the worst, but I still like their merchandise. That's only I have to say, really.
Honestly, their
Yeah.
merchandise was like one of the best. Like, it's honestly the best if you think about it.
Yeah, I remember that I used to have like these like Cheez-Its or cheese nips, and they had like Jurassic Park 3 on it, and that was pretty cool.
I think the
Yeah.
only Jurassic Park merchandise I used to own was the original JP3 Velociraptor, and for some apparent reason, I was at my uncle's house, like playing with it and all, and I put it up in his house somewhere. Never found it again. Disappeared.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Shit, that
and
sucks,
it was like
dude.
my favorite like Jurassic Park inspired toy because I was born in 2006, so I didn't get to like experience like
Oh, man,
the
young.
golden
Oh, that's
age
pretty nice.
of like
I was
Jurassic
born in
Park
the year
toys and such.
2000.
But honestly, I think Marco makes with his rubber stores. Honestly, if he was honestly to make his own business and like if he was able to profit from it, honestly, he could outbeat Mattel if he like was just like produce like more products and like make more models of like animals and stuff. Because the only animals that he's got is the Spinosaurus, T-Rex,
The
and
Tyrannosaurus,
Velociraptor.
the
I'm pretty sure
Velociraptors,
he's
and
gonna
the
make more because
Dilophosaurus.
he's gonna eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really,
and the Baryonyx too.
I really loved. I remember I used to have this JP3 Raptor. That Raptor that you had, was it like a red kind of color?
It was brown with a blue stripe running down its back, and it had quills.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
that
It had a quill on its head, and it looked very cool. And I always thought that it looked like the raptor from When Dinosaurs Run America for some weird reason. But
And the female
Oh
version
yeah, that
kinda
also
looks
wants
like
to. I also want to
white
bring up a
version of the
topic:
raptors that we see from
animals that
Dinosaur,
are made up
the Disney
but
movie
do not
Dinosaur.
exist.
wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I want to bring up the topic that when Dinosaurs Roam America brought into the spotlight, which is dinosaurs that are like brought into the documentary only to appease like a specific fan base, and when they don't exist.
I still like that.
Arsenio, when Dinosaurs Roam America aren't
Yeah,
raptors.
you mean that raptor?
And when people say,
Wait,
Yeah,
"Well, I
they're no
can't
longer,
find any like
raptors.
specific raptors like this,"
Yeah, I heard that the raptors are not really raptors. They're actually a
Tyrannosaurus.
they're
Well-
a tyran. They're zoo. They're I don't.
Tyrannosauroid, not Tyrannosaurid, but it's a Tyrannosauroid. So
It's
a-
Suski
It's called-
Tyrannus. That's
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
they're.
Suski
like that
Tyrannus.
one. Suski
Yeah.
Tyrannus.
But at the time, really, I still loved, even though, there were still good models from their day.
Yeah, like
the
the
feathers
T-Rex,
are like
Triceratops,
It's mostly
the
like
Anatotitan.
the feathers are like placement is really good. Like head wise, like the feathers are like a really good placement. Just as long as they like went like because the feathers actually cover most of the base of the head, and the feathers in that don't cover most of the head. They only like cover up to the neck, and the skull's just bland.
Yeah.
So they should be looking like naked turkey vultures.
Yeah. Before I leave, what are your thoughts on Awesome Bros?
Who is that?
Awesome Bros. Awesome Bros are basically like people that want to make dinosaurs as like actual killing machines, mostly theropods.
Oh
Yeah.
no. If you since you brought that up, that's already
Sorry,
deterring me
that's
away
my
from
sneeze.
even watching them. Because
Because-
honestly,
All right, then.
I don't like Awesome Bros, and there's a couple of Awesome Bros shows like
Jurassic
Jurassic
Fight
Park.
Club, Monsters Resurrected.
Honestly, no, and like they can't do that with like prehistoric animals because on a literal level, those are animals, not serial killers
Monsters.
that are turned into killing machines and have backstories and blah blah. They're just
Well,
animals.
what about like the Indominus Rex? That's sort of as a quote unquote awesome bro monster, you could say. But
It's not. It's not even a dinosaur. It's a fictional creation, a movie
Yeah, it's a
monster
hybrid.
based on human emotions. It's not a real dinosaur.
you see, like I always thought that like if you're doing that for a Hollywood movie, that's fine. But if you're doing it as a documentary, that's completely different.
Yeah, it'll be
because
like
honestly,
the
the only animals that are like that they should have done, but would have made their channel a lot shorter. But honestly, if they could do it about like hybrids and stuff, not actual dinosaurs, the main thing that would possibly drive in views is Scorpius Rex, Indoraptor, and Indominus Rex. And actually, I actually have a pretty fun theory that I'm gonna make that I actually want to share with Indoraptor and Scorpius Rex.
Dinosaur Bros.
Indoraptor and Scorpius Rex are technically the same, but they are not. But there's something like with Indoraptor that people don't like notice until another
Dinosaur
YouTuber.
Bros.
I
How do you
don't
think
know how to
about my
pronounce his
collection?
name, so I'm not going to butcher it.
Yeah.
But basically, he brings up the fact like he has an episode about Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Is the Indoraptor necessary? He explains that it was foreshadowed in Jurassic World, which it was. And the thing was like why it was like because how come he's so easily defeated? He's a prototype, and like he keeps bringing up the fact that he's a prototype. He then brings up a good point that he was also abused and the way he walks. Because if you think about if you look at it, Indoraptor he mostly walks on 4 legs.
I didn't like that.
He's basically a quadruped. He's mostly quadruped, but he still walks on 2 legs. But that's rare.
Sort of.
I didn't really like that the not the Indominus Rex,
Scorpius Rex.
the Indoraptor walking on 4 legs. That looked very dumb. It was just
The reason why he walks on 4 legs is that he lived in such a small enclosure. That's all he could do. Because
like in the cage.
Walking on 4 legs, like it made room for him to move around. If he was to stand up on 2 legs, it would make it feel crowded and stuff, and he couldn't move. So walking on 4 legs felt more comfortable for him. That's why basically, when you look at Ripper's model, his back is more sloped up. It's not meant for like standing up straight, like proportional, like most carnivores are.
That's fair enough.
That's the one main reason that you can also see with Scorpius Rex is because Scorpius Rex stands mostly on its hind legs. The only time it's on its 4 legs is when it's chasing animals, when it's feeding, or when it's climbing up trees, which is honestly one of the best, which actually one of its best shots is it roaring while it's on a tree in Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new season yet, but I don't know when I'm going to see it. But
I've seen it, and
no spoilers.
It's pretty good in my opinion.
Oh yeah, well, you possibly like seen the new animals that possibly make an appearance in season 3. I'm actually planning on making a video pretty freaking soon about a tier list about the unnecessary and necessary and lovable dinosaurs in Camp Cretaceous. Because 2 dinosaurs in that tier list are in F tier for very specific reasons.
You know what's funny is that I don't like some of the characters. Like I didn't really like that skitty nerdy kid.
Ben.
Is it Darius or some other
Ben.
guy?
There's Ben, Brooklyn, Sammy, Yaz. Oh my god.
Not like Ben. Ben was like very weird.
It's not. If you watch the 2nd season about how he fucking goes Torok on Toro, it's oh my god. it feels so far fetched
I wish
that
Toro.
it's honestly like, what?
I wish Toro ate him.
Like what? Like and it makes it even worse that like literally Bumpy comes and saves him. Like it's so generic. Like
Yeah,
what? Like
I still, believe it or not, I still don't like Ben. Still, even though he was brave and all, I still didn't really like Ben.
it was
I like
stupid
Ben.
in the
It
first
was
place to
pretty fun in
confront
my
Toro
opinion.
because honestly, if you think about it, Toro is a fucking Carnotaurus.
Yeah,
I mean, like getting up in close range is like one of his weaknesses because you're not at far range where he basically can sprint you down, but he's still an agile and still like he has teeth. He still has a devastating bite that can literally kill you if you are not careful. But yet
Oh,
you get up close and
Toro's
personal
Carnotaurus
and
from
stab
Casper
him in the
Faces.
face.
He looks
What are
terrifying.
you doing?
yeah.
I might do a
Well,
comparison with the Carnotaurus that we see from
Oh, hey, your
Dinosaur.
video, your live stream just popped up in my recommended, and only one person is watching it. Nice.
Oh,
His
holy
name is
crap!
Jurassic Floyd.
I know. I'm leaving anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same here. Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
But,
Nice
you
joining
guys-
with the Dino Facts, Dino Bros. Is it you, Dinosaur Bros?
Oh yeah, wait, before we leave, Jurassic, I just checked the chat. Jurassic Floyd just said, "I never liked Monsters Resurrected."
Yeah,
Me
I agree
neither.
with him.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's one of the most
Me neither.
disappointing things
Never,
I've ever
never,
seen.
never will,
Ever
and never
since Being a
have.
Dinosaur.
There's actually a hilarious video about basically Dino Kel Films on their review of the first episode of Monsters Resurrected, and it's just perfect and hilarious. You need to go watch it if you
I
have
know.
not watched it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, is it in your channel?
Well, I'm gonna leave now. Good night.
Oh,
Also,
yeah, I
one thing
really
before I
wanted to
leave.
check on your YouTube
Tomorrow's my
channel.
birthday.
Oh, happy
birthday,
birthday,
pal.
Dino Bros.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Thank
I
you.
really wanted to check
Video.
your channel out, dude.
Maybe
So I
I'll
can
make a video
subscribe to
about
it
you.
and follow you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, same
I
here.
mean, you
Because
look kind of cool in my opinion. You look
Yeah,
kind of cool.
continue.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah.
I'm also
Bye.
making a birthday bash week where basically I constantly upload videos throughout the entire week for my all three of my YouTube channels. So stay tuned for some videos on my main channel.